Alrighty then.
Something is so terribly, terribly wrong.
So, once again, this thing's going up in the air. Sorry about the wind noise, there's absolutely sod all I can do about that. But yeah, does that feel? That doesn't feel. Considering it's just been out, that should be hot. But there's no scoring or anything, so I'm wondering what's going on here. But it is making an awful noise, so it's basically going to be a case of get it up, get it on an axle stand, get the wheel off and start investigating. Don't know if you can see this, but what I've done is I've actually jacked it up on the trolley jack. Yeah, I've jacked it up on the trolley jack, actually on a supporting bit of subframe. There's a bolt in the middle of that, which is fine. And then just for safety's sake, I've put an axle stand underneath. So if this gives way, it will just drop onto the axle stand. I don't need it any further up than that. Yeah, I don't need it any further up than that, purely and simply on the basis that see, this is what I'm not understanding. I reckon now we're getting a bit of shushing off the disc, but if the pads are sticking on, then to all intents and purposes that should get hot. Friction, you know, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, it's a law of physics. If you've got something that's been braked or whatever, then friction, you know, which means that this disc should get hot, but it isn't. So I've got a feeling we may have a problem with the caliper. Right, anyway, I'm going to put this on the tripod and then commence with taking the wheel and stuff off. So, there's nothing there. I mean, sort of like there's this bit here, but that's where the pad's been. But yeah, I mean, sort of like it looks like there has been some scraping going on. No, it's not the disc that's warped because it is even. So I've got a feeling it may be the caliper. So what I need you to do is step on the brake for me and push this caliper out. Now hang on a second, I want to get these pads in. Oops. Or at least get one pad in. Right, there we go. Yeah. So yeah. Right. Now it's up on a jack, so yeah, just push. Is it getting harder? Well, that'll do. I'm just wondering whether there's any crap in there. Yeah, it's all full of crap. this seems to be spinning freely enough. So I don't know. Well, yeah. I've got a feeling that all that noise is down to brakes, and I'm not too sure why. So there we go. So that's all. Yeah. Well, that's basically what the issue is. So let's clean all that up. Right. And then we'll push this back in. There we go. That's all nice and tight now. Whoops. I say a bit of copper grease. Yeah. Bit of copper grease. Just to... There we go. Right, okay, and then we shall insert that back into there. That's what the issue is. That's all gummed up. Huh. I'm not too sure what to do with that. Right then, so interestingly, we have two different types of sliders, and I'll show you the difference when I can. Right, okay, so here's the first type of slider. Okay, I mean that needs a little bit of a clean up anyway, just on here, which I can do with a wire brush. Right, so yeah, we got that type of slider. And then we've got that type of slider. And that type of slider has on it this little rubber boot, which moves like that. Now, when this is going in, if you watch, you see that? So when it's going in, it's expanding. And it does exactly the same on there, so it'll only go in so far. But yeah, so we've got two different types of sliders. So that, yeah, that little rubber boot is coming off. Fuck it. I mean, it goes in and it rattles a bit. Yeah. But I mean that one wobbles as well. So now they both wobble, but with a bit of copper grease on, that should ride up and down absolutely fine. Put that into there. There we go. and you can see it rides up and down. Then we've got that rubber boot which slips in there.
Yeah, because that one's got a ridge on it, literally all the rest.
Yeah, it don't matter anyway, because I mean, sort of like this body will keep it in place. I mean, you know, I don't understand why it's got a rubber boot on.
No, like I said, well, it's because it's got that edge though, that the other one hasn't.
Yeah.
It's got like that rim.
And then
Because it saves the other side is there.
we just put that in there. And now that slider moves as well. So we've got two sliders that move around, no issues whatsoever. Spin it a bit just to coat all the inside, and there we goes. So now it's just a case of put the caliper back on. So gonna bleed this brake with the self-bleeding kit. Right, you need to keep an eye on the reservoir, honey.
Where is it? Oh, where the power steering wheel that is. I'm used to that. Okay, right, I can see it.
Right, there should be a shitload of brake fluid coming out now. Yeah, top it up, top it up, top it up.
Got it.
Right. Right, so we've got good pressure. And we have all the air out of the system. Out of that.